I'll make this video again. I've made it before, but since the holidays are coming up, I'll make it again. And this video is called how to shell an egg. I like deviled eggs around the holidays. And there's all kind of things on the tube about how to shell an egg, and one of them's kind of like a science project. You know, you make a hole in the bottom of the egg, you soak it in vinegar, and you put it in a bag, and you hit it with a hammer, and you splash it around, and I don't know. But what I do is just, I'll cook the eggs. After they're done, I pour out the hot water, I put some cold water in the pan, and then I get the water running, and I like for this water to be about the temperature that my finger is comfortable with. I don't like real cold water on my hands because I messed my hands up with hard work in my young life, and cold water makes them numb. So after I got that going, I just hit this egg with a spoon from about every direction. I'm basically fracturing that eggshell, so that eggshell is just like busted up all over. And then I put it under here, and I stick the spoon up under the skin. There's a little skin in that egg. You can get your spoon on top of, under the shell and on top of the skin, and this don't work so well, but if you get it right up under that skin part, and once in a while you'll get one that's really hard to do, which is what I'm having here. And I don't know why that is, but you do. So I'll do another one after I do this one. These hard ones are a little harder. For some reason the skin doesn't want to separate from the egg. We'll throw that back since this is a demonstration. We'll get another one out. And some are much easier. But I just, once I get it broke up, I find a hole where I can stick that spoon in, and I just slide it up under the egg. That way I can just scoop that egg off of it. I mean, scoop the egg out of the shell. See, there's my shell right there, and there's my egg. I use the water to rinse off any leftover pieces of shell that get stuck to my fingers or stuck on the egg. And throw that one in and grab another one ready to go. I did mention that sometimes you'll get an egg that don't shell that easy, but generally I would say 8 out of 9 of them will come off pretty easily. You want to find a little hole in the egg somewhere and get your spoon up in there. And if you get your spoon between the egg and that little skin inside the shell, it comes off pretty quick. It's a pretty quick way to shell an egg. I mean, you know, good enough for me. Best way I found anyway. Like I say, there's a lot of other theories on the tube, you know. I saw one time it looked pretty good, but it also looked a little bit like a science project. And I thought, well, there's just too many steps to that. For me, keeping it nice and simple. A little spoonage on the egg, and they come off pretty easy, pretty quick. That's my way of doing it, right there. Sometimes because I fractured the egg, I'll get a little shell left on there, and that's kind of what the water's for, just to wash the little shell pieces off if there's any that sticks to the egg. Now I'm going to go back to this hard one. You can shell these, it's just not as quick and easy. And sometimes I wind up messing these ones up. These are the taster eggs. When I mess one up, then when I make the deviled eggs, those are the ones I use to taste with because they're not pretty. Yeah, that skin, let's see, that one just don't want to come off at all. Which, is what it is. Sometimes you just have to take off a goodly bit of the... Sometimes you just have to call it a loss and move on to a different egg. That's what I'm doing on this one. See, there's the center, but that whole skin part, failure. Okay, so that's my 1 out of the 8 out of 9. So with that one done, I'll just keep going. There's another one. By the way, I do these up under the water because the water acts like a lubricant between the egg and the skin. You want to get the water inside the cracked egg and kind of all over your spoon. You notice I kind of hold it under the water while I'm cracking it, even while I'm hitting it. As soon as I poke a hole in that, I want the water getting in there. That helps to raise that. It helps, I guess you call it lubricating the egg or the spoon or whatever to get that in there and get that out. So there you go. By the way, I just winterproofed all the motorcycles and drained the gas out of them, so I had a lot of gas on my hands before I started this. That way you get a little extra flavor in the egg. If you get a little gas or oil or something on your hands before you handle the eggs, it'll make them taste extra spicy. I'm just saying, everybody needs a little extra spice in their eggs. That's That's what gives you the zing and the zest for life. I'm just joking now. Don't y'all go out and be putting gasoline in your eggs. I'm just joking. Not everything I say makes sense. Y'all should know that about me by now. Oh, the joy.